Hey, what's going on, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's another time for some more. Welcome to the Lou Town Podcast episode. Work.
Yes, sir.
You already know. Once again, I am your boy Killah Threat.
Y'all know who I be, man. Cool Cal.
And yes, today on this episode, like always, we want to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody that likes the episodes, that listens to the episodes, that shows loves and comments on the episodes.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we really do appreciate that. We love engagement. We love feedback. That lets us know what we're doing right and wrong.
Yeah, good, bad, or ugly, man. As long as y'all interacting with us, we definitely appreciate you guys. Everybody has their own thoughts and outlooks on everything, so I love to exchange information.
Facts. So today we're gonna go ahead and dig to I won't think it's a difficult subject, but I mean to some viewers this might be difficult to
Ain't
swallow.
hard for me.
Right. We're gonna talk about masculinity today. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna let you know masculine energy is just what people describe it as something like what males give out into the universe. But if you won't, let's go ahead. I'm gonna look it up on Google real quick, just so we can all have an understanding of what masculinity is. So, masculine is a noun. That's what masculinity is. It's a noun, which are qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of men. Just like I said, just men energy, male energy, what we put out into the world.
Because at the X chromosome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it simple.
You know what I'm saying?
There's multiple definitions that you can go into it. You know what I'm saying? Like showing strong strength, male dominance. For example, showing masculinity, the degree of a property of being masculine or manly. Underline manly.
You know what I'm saying?
Beard, mustache, muscles. Yeah, like that muscles. Yeah, muscles. You know what I'm saying? Just
Adam's apple.
right. Very important attribute is an Adam's apple. But yeah, that's what masculinity is in a nutshell. So after defining it, the traits of it, as already spoken, is strength. As most ladies depend on men to do the heavy work, the hard labor, the things like bringing heavy groceries in, like carrying baggage on vacations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the hotel room, out the hotel room, to the beach, from the beach, things of that nature. And most men do it. Some men, you know what I'm saying, no, y'all practice this equal thing, you know what I'm saying, I carry my baggage, you carry your baggage. But yeah, another trait is courage. Now, I'm not saying that men only have courage, because there's a lot of women.
It's a lot of strong, courageous women. Let's not get that confused.
Right.
It's a lot.
That have heart and brass ones, if not bigger than some males, than I personally know.
Yeah. It's a lot of women that's stronger than a lot of guys out here.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna ever. We're not here to disregard, strong women. Not at all.
But yeah, mostly men off the flip is demanded to have courage. Because without courage, you know what I'm saying, you can't lead your family, you can't protect your community, you can't even claim that you're a part of the warrior class without that courage.
And
without that
courage,
heart.
and without the factor of fear, you can't have courage. So courage comes from facing adversity, uncertainty, going into the eye of the storm, not knowing if you're gonna win. That's courage.
Yeah. Another thing about masculinity, another trait, is independence.
You know what I'm saying?
Men go out, jump off, having faith, sowing that mustard seed, and seeing what can happen, what can crack off. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to be independent, to stand on your own 10 toes.
Yeah.
All the time.
Your own too. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? With no explanations, no excuses. Big business, no playtime. A very big trait and a very important trait is leadership. Especially when we have most men that want to be men of the house or want to lead their household, teach their families, teach their wives, teach their kids, be a great example of what a man should be. You have to be a leader. You have to be willing and able to be in a leadership role every day. No days off.
None.
Which, I mean, to a real man, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? That should be innate for real. To lead and to do right and show right and be able to teach and lead by example on anything. So, very big thing. Another trait, which is important, is being assertive. You can't be timid, you know what I'm saying, and be a litty. You can't be timid and be courageous. Like how you just can't.
Yeah, people are giving me this nickname. I don't really agree with it. Some people give me this nickname, Suge. I'm a bigger guy, and some people feel like I'll be aggressive when I need to be in a situation. I don't necessarily try to be aggressive. Some people demand respect. I command it. Demanding means you asking for it. I'm not asking for my respect.
Right.
You're gonna give it to me. You don't have a choice.
All right. So yeah, man. Next, we're gonna go ahead and discuss if masculine energy can be positive, and I believe it can be very positive.
So do I.
At all times. Just depend on how you use the force, how you maneuver your power.
I'm gonna get rid of this cliche shit. Y'all let some, I ain't gonna say the word before we get canceled, but y'all let
women,
a certain group of individuals label something as toxic masculinity.
A certain group of women at that, because I'm not gonna clarify and state that it's all women, because it's most definitely a certain group of women, and they out here winning right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
they have applied this label that is, and they've gained some traction with it. I ain't gonna start. They've gained some ground with it, because you got people who are sheep, who, if it sounds good, it sounds right.
Right.
So we here to dispel all that toxic masculinity stuff, man. My masculinity is not toxic. Being a strong man does not make me toxic.
No, it doesn't.
Especially in the type of environments that we come from and the world that we live in. You gotta be strong.
Yeah.
But you have to know how to use your strength.
Facts. With the toxic masculinity thing, I completely disagree with it.
There's no such thing in my world.
Because I lead, you know what I'm saying? And I lead with respect and I lead with honor, no matter who the individual is, male or female.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just to let those know who claim that every male is just on this toxic trait thing, it's ways that we proceed and show that we can be positive and still be masculine at the same time. So, just to put y'all on game, our masculine energy is usually used to take action on things that can help empower our relationships in our community or within our families. With our energy, we can have the confidence to decide and also have the confidence to make important matters and I should say lead in important matters and make decisions within important matters. So we have to go ahead and take that best foot forward and be logical within that best foot that we're taking forward at all times, without being belittling, without threatening people, without being belligerent. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain behaviors that we have to maintain, even though I'm not saying all men are perfect, because it's most definitely some behaviors that have to be corrected.
Right, but those are more so personality and character flaws as opposed to the toxic masculinity thing. That's more so of a person's actual character. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which can be attributed to different things.
Right.
It could have been a single mother letting that young man do whatever the hell he wanted to do growing up. So now that he grown, it's my way or no way. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that mother that, you know what I'm saying, let that young man curse in front of the family and everybody giggling. You know what I'm saying? Now when he grown and he cursing his mama out, now he toxic and all. Like, it's not the same thing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Another way, you know what I'm saying, that men represent and show positivity within their masculinity is that we teach each other all the time on how to deal with trauma, deal with pain, deal with stress, practice healthy behaviors like exercise. Like me and Cal always talk about going to the gym, going out to hoop, things of that nature, because that brings the stress levels down that we deal with on a daily basis. Also go to therapy. You know, counseling is a real thing, and I know we've been bred to not need counseling, be bred to hold our sadness, our madness, our inner thoughts. We have just know that's unhealthy for the body, so it's unhealthy for the mind too. There's so many suicides just because on that narrative alone, just holding all that anguish inside. It's a man eater or a man killer. So meditation is very important too. You know what I'm saying, as far as being healthy within your masculinity. And then what I need to practice on, because I'm not perfect myself, is getting some rest. Rest is very important, which I don't get a lot of sleep.
That's something I've had to learn over the past couple of years too. I'm still struggling with it, but that's something I've had to learn to get more of. Because, you know, me and you pretty much the same. We good off 3-4 hours.
Right.
We good. But I have to learn to get 5 or 6. You know. But yeah. Don't ever think that because we're men, and you know, it's the narrative that we're men, we're black people, that we don't need therapy. And I don't think every person needs therapy, but there are people out here that do need therapy.
Facts.
You know.
Because childhood trauma is real.
Yeah.
So.
And how everyone handles their trauma can, you know, differ. We all have our traumas, but how we deal with them, how it affects our life moving forward as adults can differ.
Right.
You know. I don't wear my trauma, but somebody else might. They might need to go see therapy. And as my boy DP would say, unpack.
Yes,
so we'll get into that on another episode.
Well, now that y'all have been shown how us men as a group and as a culture and within our manhood can be positive within our masculinity, I'm gonna let y'all know, just like Callie say, it's always another side to the story. You know, I know that y'all not saying what y'all saying for no reason, because there are individuals, just like Cal said, it's just depending on traits of that person's personality.
Character flaws. For example, I used to coach kids in basketball. I was never a coach trying to sleazeball my way into sleeping with a kid's mom. And I was never a coach that was just cussing kids out, calling them all kind of B's and H's and demeaning them and belittling them. You don't have to get kids' attention by doing that. But you got guys out here who were soft their whole life, getting a position, and they demean little boys.
Crazy.
No, that's not toxic masculinity. That's a character flaw. Because most men raised on respect, morals, values, and principles, they're not talking to no young men like that. You're trying to uplift the young men. Especially if you done went through the things that we done went through. You're not trying to dog them out. You're trying to uplift them, motivate them. They deal with enough going home. They deal with enough at school day to day. So when they get to your practice, that's a safe haven. I had good coaches, you know what I'm saying? They got on us, but they ain't demean us and belittle us. They ain't call us no, you know what I'm saying? A man don't call another man a B word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't talking to us like that. And that's how I carried my practices. Like, we don't talk to young men like that. And y'all don't talk to each other like that. Iron sharpen iron. But you got these dudes who look the part, they bark. You know what I'm saying? And it's that type of thing. That's a character flaw. That's not toxic masculinity. That's a character flaw.
So, just like he says, y'all have to understand that between the two, or understand between the two, what a character flaw is and what toxic masculinity truly is. Now, what toxic masculinity is just men that always act out on aggression. They always got to be aggressive. They always got to be the person the first to bomb off on anything that might move them or rub them the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. And that's on anybody. That's males and most definitely females. And men that have like father issues are the ones that basically do the female thing for real. In my opinion. Also, another trait of toxic masculinity, folks, is not displaying emotion. So if you always gotta have a mean mug on, and you trying to look tough and post up like a stop sign on every corner, and for my G's out there, set trip and all that, that's toxic, man. Ain't no good coming from none of that. You can go ahead, fall back, bruh, fall back. We don't need none of that. Nobody needs none of that.
A lot of that with the mean mugging and the stale faces that we give each other, a lot of that be faking. Mm-hmm. There's been plenty of times where, a guy be looking at me crazy, and I just say, hey, what's going on, bro? And because they don't expect you to say something to them. Mm-hmm. They just think they just gonna mug you down, and you just, what's going on, bro? Oh no, yeah. So that's faking. That's a character flaw once again, because everybody not like that.
Yeah, man. Another trait of toxic masculinity, or just bad masculinity altogether, is being emotionally insensitive, where you go ahead and say things and you don't care how a person feels or how it can rub off on a person. That could be anybody in your family, in your inner circle, or your co-workers, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible energy to be sending across from one you to another them. You don't want to be on that type of page.
Yeah, but that's also not toxic masculinity, because women do the same thing. That's a character flaw.
Facts.
That's all.
Do the same thing.
Yeah, so if a woman does that, is that toxic masculinity?
No.
Or that toxic femininity?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
No, it's just a character flaw. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You was raised with no boundaries. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, if I said a cuss word, I get popped in my mouth. My mama like, boy, don't say that again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't like she bust my lip open. She just, no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And she told me why. No, that's not how you talk. But you got kids who was raised where they can just say anything in the household. Mm-hmm. So they have they can talk like this to their aunties, uncles, grandparents, because it's that ain't not nobody saying nothing to my kid mentality.
Right.
So when they get grown, that's how they talk. That's a character flaw.
And when people be raised like that, to be honest with you, Cal, that's why most people don't mind other adults, don't mind other figures like teachers or coaches, because you can't tell me nothing. Only my daddy or my mama can tell me something.
Yeah.
And that's bad. That's all bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know as far as a fact though, toxic masculinity have men in a mind state where they don't feel like they need to go get therapy because I'm too manly, I'm too boss-like, I don't need no help. I don't know if you heard that Kendrick Lamar song when he had that father, wait, it's called Father Time, and he's talking about his daddy issues. Yeah, on his new album.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the girl at the beginning was saying, you need to go get therapy. And he was like, nah, I don't need to go get therapy. And she was like, you sound stupid. And he replied, everybody's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But that's just him putting on that facade of being tough, but you know you need help. You know you need to talk to somebody that's willing to have an ear to listen to you so you can get all that off of you so you can live your best life and be the best version of you that you can be. But most men be like, nah, I'm good. I can handle this on my own, because we usually are stuck on that, hey, I'm the alpha in this deal. I'm able to take on anything. I'm able to deal with anything type of mentality. That's just, even though that's all men, but most men don't go to like therapy or whatever just to go ahead and get certain things off their chest. They'll go to the fisticuffs, or they'll go to the burner, or they'll just go ahead and start picking on people and being bullies, which I don't support bullies at all, but usually a hurt person hurts people. So
yeah, hurt people definitely hurt people, but you know, all of those things fall into character flaws. You got the bully that's bullying people, but why is he bullying people? Because he was allowed to do that to his siblings in the household, or she was allowed to do that to the siblings in the household. Like it all starts really with our upbringing.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's a gap. You know, like sometimes the youngest child, like me being the oldest child, everything fell on me. If one of my siblings did something wrong, it was my fault. Because you the oldest. You know what I'm saying? They your responsibility. You know, while the sibling can, you know what I'm saying, kind of skate by.
right,
But the pressure was on me. You know what I'm saying? If my little brother breaks something, how did you let him break that?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know better. Why you didn't stop?
Yeah. Not so much of, well, why did he break that? Why did you let him break that? So, you know, even though my mom held all of us accountable, some parents don't. Some parents just hold the oldest accountable while the youngest just skate by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which creates animosity between siblings, which carries on into adulthood. You know what I'm saying? So those are all character flaws and parenting gaps that cause these individual traits, as opposed to just your masculinity being toxic. No. It's something that caused this trait, because every man don't have this.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Things like, you a boy, you don't need to cry. It's a reason why. It's not that you a boy, that you a man, you're not supposed to cry. What it means is, when you're the man of the house, the woman and the kids looking up to you. So if you in the corner folded up, what they gonna do?
Right.
They gonna give up too. You can cry for sure. You can drop some tears.
Yeah.
But you can't fall. You can't fold. That's what that actually means. You know what I'm saying? Because I got uncles who will drop tears in a second, and they all man. You know what I'm saying? We got uncles that would drop some tears.
Yeah.
They all man. You know, Uncle Larry will drop some tears.
All day.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. So you know, my pops, he gonna drop some tears if he need to. They all men.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means. It's like, don't fold up. You're the man. You gotta stand strong. Shake it off. That's all that means. It don't mean that you can't cry.
Right.
But people will push that narrative. No, that's not what it means.
And that's just looking at it at face value or at surface level.
Right. Because when your partner get killed, y'all gonna cry.
Right.
So they know you can't cry. It's just that you can't stay down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I love boxing. It's a standing 8 count. Like, okay, you got knocked down. Get up off the canvas. That's all that really means.
Shit.
Not that you a boy that you can't cry. You know what I'm saying? So
Get tough.
yeah, those are false narratives that are being pushed on people who don't know nothing,
Right.
who really ain't been through nothing, ain't been around no real men. Don't mean you can't cry. I know some of the hardest big homies, and they can drop tears right in front of me. No embarrassment. Ain't no such thing as a man can't cry. It's just a man can't stay down because you the pillar of the household. That's not toxic.
No, it's not. Most definitely ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Because as strong as these women claim to be,
Uh-oh.
independent as they claim to be,
Uh-oh.
when things go left,
They're
going to look at the man in the house. What you finna do?
Right. Yeah. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, nah.
Because that's our role, you know what I'm saying? To
At the
protect
end of the
our
day.
women, which we most definitely protect our women. I know women got this narrative set in their head that we don't want to protect them. We just don't want to protect those that don't even respect us as men in the first place. Why protect you?
We don't want to protect liars.
It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like we're expendable,
You know what I'm saying?
to you, no matter if it's just in life in general or the dating market or whatever, why would we want to protect or love something that don't want to love us back?
I'm not an enabler. If one of my sisters or my cousins go around calling another man he ain't provoked her, he ain't disrespected her, he ain't do nothing, when she smack him and do all of this, you know what I'm saying? He smack her back. I'm not me now. Now, me younger, I was right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? But me now, like, no, you shouldn't have disrespected that man. Cause can't nobody call me no.
Right.
Can't nobody call me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you try to holler at a girl, or a girl try to holler at you. Let's say you're in a relationship, like you married.
Right. Facts.
And you out and a female try to, flirt with you. You respectfully turn her down. Now you gay. Now you a fag. Now you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the LBGT community. But now you all these different names, and all you just respectfully, man, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're nice looking, but I'm married. I love my wife. I respect my wife. Now you all these different things. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it be. That's how I be out in these streets.
Now, if you call her a dirty bitch back, now you the toxic male and disrespectful. Right. No.
Right. When we're reciprocating the energy that she done.
I'm what y'all call matching energy, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't dish it out if you can't take it now.
Yeah. So, it's a lot of false narratives.
Yeah.
That black men don't protect black women is the fakest narrative of all time.
For real.
How we grew up, if you call a girl out her name, she was going to get brothers, cousins, all of that. Uncles, daddy.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop it, man. Stop it. It just became a point where dudes just tired of defending lies, because most of these beefs escalate the worst way when it's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of y'all females straight be, and I'm gonna say most females, most of y'all be straight booking fights for your man, and then soon as it get real, then you want to go ahead and duck off and hide off, and then whatever happens to him. That's not right.
Yeah, so there's no such thing as black men don't protect blacks. No such thing. No such thing.
Yeah. Shoot, but just to let y'all know, man, we need to go ahead and get counseling, because without counseling, you're going to get depressed, because it can lead to depression. It can lead to anxiety. It can lead to substance abuse. This is real talk. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go ahead and get whatever's on your mind off your chest to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to talking to whomever that will be willing to listen and be non-judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has their own story. So.
Yeah, I can't judge nobody about nothing they did in their life. I know what I've done in my life, so.
I ain't no saint.
Right.
So. Whew.
I can't judge nobody, man.
Yeah.
At all.
But look, yeah, man, just to let y'all know, the message is for all my men out there. The true meaning of masculinity is a man who embraces responsibility, who loves and honors and protects and provides for his family. He also has to live within integrity and is motivated by conviction, meaning if you know you're about to lose your job, you about to go ahead and get another job. If you already know your money is low, you're gonna go out and get some other ways or some other hustles to go ahead and get your paper up, so you won't fall down on your way. You don't want to be you have to be motivated by some type of conviction.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, for all my real men out there, your family's dependent on you. Your kids are dependent on you. Your wife is dependent on you. And you should be comfortable with that, where you are able to go ahead and be ambitious enough to do what you're supposed to do at all times. It shouldn't be no doubt in your head. And like I say, you should know. You can't believe, because believe leaves a little spot where you don't know, or you're guessing, or you might feel like otherwise. You have to know that you're going to be this way and guide them in this manner. So, that's all. Just make sure you don't live life where you're trying to live within comfort or live within convenience, because you ain't stepping up.
He just gave out the definition. He included love, integrity. What else did you include?
Love, integrity, honor, and protection.
What about that sounds toxic? I'll leave it at that, man.
Right.
Get off this cliche shit, man.
For real. But hey y'all, This is another episode of the Welcome to the Lou Town podcast once again.
I cussed a lot on this episode, didn't I? You're going to bleep all that
Yeah,
out.
it's all good. You know how I get down. You know how we get down. We always want to make sure that we get the message across. But, you know, when topics like this, we most definitely get adamant because, you know, we are kind of sick and tired of the narrative.
I'm tired of the fake. I'm just tired of the faking all across the board. Whenever it's faking, I'm going to call it out. I don't care who like it, don't like it, agree, disagree. If I see it's faking, I'm going to say it's faking.
In
Just
that
what
order.
it is.
But yeah, we most definitely gonna put a cap on this.
And it's in all love too. But if it's faking, I'm gonna say it's faking.
We gonna call it how it is. Always. But yeah, it's another episode of the Welcome to the Lou Town podcast. You already know it's your boy Killah Threat. And your boy Cool Cal.
Cool Cal, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We're gonna go ahead and let y'all know, like always, if you haven't, you need to go stream that CoolKillahz album, cause you playing with yourself. Pause. If you haven't viewed the CoolKillahz album yet, it's 12 dope tracks. Or, excuse me, it's 14 songs.
We ain't pausing nothing, man. We real men over here. We know we love women. Ain't no pause. That pause stuff, I'm not saying pause because your mind went that way. We ain't doing that, man. Let the East Coast have that. That's they lingo. We from the loop.
As you already know.
Stream that CoolKillahz. Stream that GrimKillahz.
Yeah, shout out to Guiliani. You already know what it is, man. Now that album actually does have 12 tracks on there. So y'all can stream that everywhere that you get your albums and your music from. You know what I'm saying? And also check out that www.killahthreat.com to view all my music, view all the Welcome to the Lou Town podcast episodes. If you need beats as an artist or just need some beats that you can vibe to, you know what I'm saying? Go on there, play some of the beats. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about doing any business, holla at your boy. My email's on there. You already know. But till next time, we out this deal.